Good morning. Today's topic is PN junction diode VI characteristics. Okay. So in the last class, we have seen the construction of PN diode, right? The construction of PN diode, right? Here, if I take a semiconductor substrate, right, in which half of the semiconductor material, half of the semiconductor material, right, I am doping it with the trivalent impurities. Okay, we'll do it with trivalent impurities, and remaining half of the semiconductor material with the pentavalent impurities, pentavalent impurities. Then a PN diode is formed here. Then a PN diode is formed here. So, so I'm doping half of the semiconductor substrate with trivalent impurities. Trivalent impurities means the impure uh, these are the impurities. These are the impurities which have three electrons in its outermost orbit. Three electrons in its outermost orbit. Those are called trivalent impurities. Let us suppose I am taking here a trivalent impurity, right? I'm taking here a trivalent impurity, right? Means it has three electrons in its outermost orbit. It possesses three electrons in its outermost orbit. So, so these three electrons make a covalent bond with the three neighboring silicon atoms. With the three neighboring silicon atoms. So here, this is a trivalent impurity atom. This is a trivalent impurity atom. I'm writing here three, which determines me it is a trivalent impurity atom, right? And now, and now these three electrons which are in outermost orbit of this trivalent impurity atom will make bonds with three neighboring atoms, three neighboring silicon atoms. Okay, and this is the fourth bond is incomplete here. Okay, there is a vacant space here. Here it is a vacant space. This vacant space I will represent with a hole. This vacant space I will represent it with a hole. Okay. Likewise, I will do. Likewise, I will do half part of half part of uh, this pure intrinsic semiconductor with a trivalent impurity. Okay. How many uh, uh, means what is the impurity concentration means generally generally for every 10 to the power of 8 impurity atoms, generally for every 10 to the power 8 impurity at 10 power 8 silicon atom, only one impurity atom is added. Means for every 10 power 8 silicon atoms, I will add one impurity atom, which is a trivalent here. It is a trivalent here. Okay. Likewise, I am taking another silicon atom, which is doped with here this trivalent material, trivalent impurity atom. So I'm writing it here plus three here. Okay, I'm writing three here. Means it has three electrons. It has three electrons in its outermost orbit. Three electrons in its outermost orbit. So it make bond with the three neighboring silicon atoms, with the three neighboring silicon atoms, 1, 2, and 3. And here there is a vacant space available here. This vacant space I will represent with I will represent with a hole. I will represent with a hole here. Okay, right? Likewise, This is the, so this is a semiconductor, half part of semiconductor doped with trivalent impurities. So here holes are the majority charge carriers. That's why it's called p-type semiconductor. Okay, it will become a p-type semiconductor. Why? Because I am doing it with the trivalent impurities atoms, right? Likewise, likewise, remaining half part of silicon atom, remaining half part of silicon crystal, I am doping with the pentavalent impurities here. Okay, I'm doping it with the pentavalent impurities here. Let us suppose I am doping here these two with the pentavalent impurity atom. Pentavalent means pentavalent means they have 5 electrons in its outermost orbit. They have 5 electrons in its outermost orbit. Okay, so out of this five available electrons in its outermost orbit, this pentavalent atom, which has 5 electrons in its outermost orbit, which has 5 electrons in its outermost orbit, okay, 5 electrons in its outermost orbit, will make bond with the 4 neighboring silicon atoms, and this fifth electron, which is loosely bound to this parent atom, right? This fifth electron is loosely bound to this pentavalent impurity atom. Okay, so here electrons play a major role in the purpose of conduction. So it is, I call this N-type semiconductor. I call this N-type semiconductor. Okay, N-type semiconductor. So keep in mind that, for example, if I increase temperature, for example, if I increase temperature, right? So if I increase temperature, what will happen? Some of the covalent bonds will break here. Okay, some of the covalent bonds will break here, right? So what will happen? Let us suppose here this covalent bond is broken now. This covalent bond is, or suppose this covalent bond is broken now. Okay, then what will happen? This electron will come outside. This electron will come outside here. So now this electron make a transition. This electron make a transition. This electron make a transition, and now it is coming here. Okay, it is breaking the bond. This electron, this electron is making a transition. Okay, and it is coming outside. And it is coming outside. So there will be a vacant space here. Okay, which is represented by hole, which is represented by hole. Okay, so here there is a hole now. Why? Because electron is coming outside by breaking the bond. Why? Because I'm increasing the temperature. I'm increasing the temperature. Likewise, suppose, for example, this bond also broken now. For example, let us suppose. And what will happen? This electron will also come outside. This electron will also come outside here, right? So if this electron come out by breaking this bond, okay, it will leave behind a vacant space which is called hole. Okay, it will leaves behind a vacant space which is called hole. Okay, so this vacant space I represent with hole. Okay, means what is happening? What is happening? These electrons, these electrons are taking energy which I have applied, Okay, these electrons are taking energy which I have applied and moving from valence band to conduction band. Valence band to conduction band here. Okay, and in conduction band there are plenty of energy levels such that if I give a small voltage, then what will happen? These electrons are now free here. So these electrons will move. These electrons already exited from valence band to conduction band, and now these electrons are in conduction band. And if I apply some voltage, small voltage, zero point 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 1 volt, likewise, okay, very small voltage, if I apply to this semiconductor material, then readily these electrons will get acquire that energy, and they will move randomly in conduction band, such that the movement of charge carriers in valence band or conduction band gives me electric current, such that the semiconductor material will now conduct heavily. Will now conduct heavily. So here in a p-type, so just now I told you in p-type semiconductor, holes are positive charge carriers and electrons are magnetic charge carriers. So let us see here. I have with four holes. Okay, this is first hole, second hole, third hole, fourth hole. Okay, these holes are arising due to two techniques. First one is doping. See here, this is a this is a prevalent impurity material. So already there is a vacant space here. This is called incomplete bond here, right? Incomplete bond. So this is also a prevalent impurity atom. It also possesses an incomplete bond such that these electrons, there is a vacant space here already. That's why it's called a hole. Okay, these two holes are created due to doping. Okay, and if I raise temperature, then what will happen? Some of the electrons which are in covalent bond with other silicon atoms will break the bond and they will come outside. So if they come outside, then also holes will be formed here. Then also holes are formed here. So here there are lot of holes and electrons also. Compared to the number of electrons, number of holes here are more. That's why in p-type semiconductor, holes are majority charge carriers. Since here there are plenty of charge carriers here, holes here with holes. Since holes are positive charge carriers, or simply we will denote it with a positive charge, the hole. That's why it's called p-type. Okay. On the contrast, in n-side, what is happening here? What is happening here? On the contrast, in n-side, there are I'm doping it with pentavalent impurities. I'm doping it with pentavalent impurities. So pentavalent impurities means they have hydrogen outermost orbit. So readily these pentavalent impurity atoms have electrons here. So for example, if I increase temperature, what will happen? Some of the bonds will break here. Okay, the process which it is occurred here already. Now it will occur here in n-side semiconductor material, in n-side of the silicon crystal. So what will happen? If I increase some temperature, what will happen? The bond will break. Okay, and electron transits to outside. So if the electron comes outside, then what will happen? It will leave behind a vacant space. Right? This vacant space, I call it hole. Okay. So here the holes are formed like this. Okay. This electron, so already this electron present here in covalent bond, but due to rising temperature, it acquired some of that energy and it is breaking the bond and it is coming outside. Likewise, for example, let us take another silicon atom. Let us take this silicon atom. Okay. Uh, so, for example, this bond also broken due to rising temperature. So, what will happen? The electron comes outside. This electron will come outside here. Okay. When the electron comes outside, what will happen? It will leave a vacant space in its initial position. This vacant space I call hole. Okay. There is a vacant space which is left behind and I call this hole. Right? And I will represent hole here. Okay. And I represent hole here. Right? So what is happening here? The bond is breaking. And electron is coming outside. Means till now electron is in bond, means it is in valence band now. So after taking some certain thermal energy, the bonds are broken and the electrons in valence band will come to conduction band now. Okay, the bond breakage means electrons are going into conduction band. Since there are plenty of vacant energy levels in conduction band, so that if I apply some little potential difference, then the electrons will move randomly and they constitute electric current. They constitute electric current. Okay, they constitute electric current, right? So one thing to remember here, one thing to remember here, every trivalent atom as a whole here, and every pentavalent atom has electron here, right? So now let us suppose these pentavalent atoms are called these pentavalent atoms are also called donor atoms. Okay, donor atoms, donor atoms. Okay, why? Because these atoms are donating one electron for the purpose of conduction. These atoms are donating an electron for the purpose of conduction. That's why they're called donor atoms. Okay. So see here in N side, holes are magnetic charge carriers and electrons are majority charge carriers. See here, the electrons in N-type semiconductor will increase due to two processes. Okay, two methods. Okay, first one is doping concentration. Okay, first one is doping concentration. Here, I am doping with pentavalent impurity atom. Every pentavalent impurity atom will introduce a electron here. Okay, if I dope this semiconductor with 10 pentavalent impurity atoms, then I will have 10 holes, 10 electrons. Okay, so every pentavalent impurity atom every pentavalent impurity atom will bring one electron for the purpose of conduction. Okay, see here, this fifth electron is loosely bound to nucleus, sorry, loosely bound to this uh, pentavalent impurity atom. Okay, so if you recall the band structure, okay, this is valence band, this is valence band, right? And this is conduction band. This is conduction band. Okay. Due to this donor impurities, donor atoms, due to this pentavalent impurity atoms, which I have uh, introduced into this semiconductor material, what is happening? This donor atoms, due to these donor atoms, one energy level is introduced. Okay, one energy level is introduced at the conduction band, below the conduction band. Okay, this is called donor impurity level. Okay, this is donor impurity level. Okay, donor impurity level it is. Okay, so see here, due to doping, what is happening here? Already due to doping here, I have electrons due to doping. And due to rising temperature, what is happening? Electrons are breaking the bonds and they're coming outside. And they are coming outside. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are the electrons present in inside. In this example, just to understand. That's it. And the holes are less here. Okay. There are 2 holes and 4 electrons. Okay. So here electrons are majority charge carriers and holes are minority charge carriers. Okay, actually there are a lot of electrons. Okay, and in PC there are a lot of holes actually. Okay, we will come into actual number when we solve the problems. Okay, and coming to P side here, let us draw uh, energy band diagram. Let us draw energy band diagram. Okay, so let us suppose this is conduction band and this is valence band and this valence band. Due to this donor impurity levels, due to this donor impurity levels, impurities which I am adding into p-type semiconductor substrate, what is happening? A new energy level is introduced. Okay, in the band gap here, which is just above the conduction band in p-type. So, so, so here introduction of impurity materials will introduce new energy levels here in the energy band diagram. In the energy band diagram. Okay. In the energy band diagram. Okay. And moreover, another thing. Moreover, another thing, this is the trivalent impurity atom now. It has one hole here. It has one hole here. Okay. It readily accepts an electron. Since the hole is a positive charge particle, it readily accepts the electron. So these trivalent impurity atoms are also called acceptor atoms. Okay. Acceptor atoms. ACCEPT, right? Acceptor atoms. Why? Because they are accepting the electrons for the purpose of conduction. So that's what it's called acceptor atoms. Okay. And moreover, one thing to observe is this, that since since this pentanol impurity atom is donating electron for the purpose of conduction, it is donating the electron for the purpose of conduction. That's why it will become positively charged. It will become positively charged, right? Because it is giving one electron. Electron is a negative charge particle. Electron is a negative charge particle. Since it is giving one electron for the purpose of conduction, means it is donating an electron for the purpose of conduction. So it is losing a negative charge. That's why it will become a positive charge. So every pentavalent impurity atom will become a positive charge ion. Positive charge ion only if it loses this electron for the purpose of conduction. Okay, and here this trivalent impurity atom will accept an electron for the purpose of conduction. Since it is accepting a negative electron into this hole, then it will become a positive charge, sorry, a negative charge, but because it is accepting an electron. It is accepting electron, it is taking electron, which is taking a negative charge. Okay, so if if this trivalent impurity atom accepts electron, then it will become negatively charged. Then it will become negatively charged. Okay, understand? So if this trivalent impurity atom accept this electron, or this or electron from neighboring silicon atom, okay, neighboring silicon atom, or electron from a silicon atom which has broken a bond. Okay, there are several possibilities to fill the electron. Okay, several possibilities to fill the hole. Okay, this hole may fill with electron due to this neighboring silicon atom, or an electron which is breaking a bond with adjacent silicon atom, or from n side to p side, or from electrons which are moving from n side to p side. Okay, so there are so many chances for a hole to fill with an electron. So if it accepts an electron, then it will become a negative charged ion. Negative charged ion. Keep in mind, it is an ion now. It is ionized, because accepting or losing an electron will make the atom ionized. Will make the atom ionized. Okay, ionized. So let us suppose this pentavalent impurity atom has an electron here. Okay, uh, or let me put this in another way. Okay, for the purpose of understanding, for purpose of simplifying the concept. Okay, let me do one thing. In n-type, electrons are majority charge carriers, and in p-type, holes are majority charge carriers, right? In p-type, holes small p, hole concentration means number of holes per centimeter cube are far greater than electrons, concentration of electrons. Likewise, in n side, concentration of electrons is far greater than concentration of holes. So what will happen? These holes will move from n side to p side by a process called diffusion. So what is diffusion? If the charge carriers move from high concentration area to low concentration area without applying any external energy, Okay, then it is called diffusion. See here, I am not applying any voltage source here. Okay, I am not applying any voltage source here. I am not applying any voltage source here. Okay, voltage source is 0 now. So even then, the charge carriers move from high concentration area to low concentration area by a process called diffusion. Okay, so let us suppose diffusion is occurring in the semiconductor material now at room temperature. Okay, at room temperature, some bonds are broken so that electrons are coming outside, so that I am with the holes. I am left behind with the holes. I am left behind with the holes. Okay, and now due to diffusion process, what will happen? Electrons move from high concentration area to low concentration area. So already I have told you that here there is a hole now. There is a hole now. There is a possibility of filling the hole in several ways. That's now I told you. Okay, so this electron may fill this hole, or the electron which break the bond may fill this hole. Okay, or the electron which break the bond in n side may come here and fill this hole, or this donor impurity atom has fifth electron now, which is free to move. Okay, this electron may come from n side and may fill this hole. Okay, so there are a lot of possibilities to fill the hole, right? And now for example, for example let us suppose this electron is coming and filling this hole Okay, this electron from n side is filling this hole. Why? Because in just now I told you, due to process of diffusion. Okay, diffusion is a process of moving charge carriers from high concentration area to low concentration area. Here in n side, electrons are majority charge carriers. There are a lot of electrons here in n side, and in p side there are very few electrons. Okay, there are very few electrons, and there are so many holes. If you see in this example, there are only 2 electrons and I have 4 holes here. Okay, so here there are a lot of electrons. This electron, this is a free electron, this is a free electron, this is a free electron, and there are less number of holes here. So in inside there are a lot of electrons, such that due to process of diffusion, let us suppose this fifth electron, which is loosely bound to atom, is acquiring energy and it is moving from n side to p side. N side to p side, and it is filling this hole. This particular hole it is filling now, let us suppose. So what will happen? Now this electron is coming here and it is sitting now here. Okay, and it is now sitting here, right? It is now sitting here. Okay, actually there is electron here. Now this electron is moving and sitting here in this hole. Previously there is a hole now here, so it is sitting in this hole. So now did this pentavalent impurity atom possess an electron? No. This electron is now migrated to p side. So for this pentavalent impurity atom is donating electron for the purpose of conduction. That's why then only it will become positive charge. See here it is not positively charged now. Okay, just now for representation I have put here +5. Okay, but this atom will also become positive ion only if it gives an electron for the purpose of conduction. Okay, then only it will become positive ion, right? And now let us so now this trivalent impurity atom is taking this electron to fill its hole. That's why it is taking negative charge. Then it will only become negative charged ion. Okay, negative charged ion. It's not negative charge atom. No, it is not. It is negative charge ion now. Ion doesn't move. Okay, so the atoms also doesn't move. Why? Because if they move, the atomic structure will be totally collapsing. Right? So here now in this example, this pentavalent impurity atom has no electron here. This trivalent impurity atom has no hole here. Okay, this pentavalent impurity atom has no electron here. This trivalent impurity atom has no hole here. This pentavalent impurity atom has no electron here. This trivalent impurity atom has no hole here. Okay, now when it accepts an electron, then it made bond with the silicon atom and it is now complete bond, completely bonded. Now it is completely bonded. Okay, so these atoms are called, now these atoms are called immobile ions. Immobile ions. Okay, now law of Lorentz must obey. Okay, the semiconductor must obey law of Lorentz. That is, total positive charge is equal to total negative charge. Okay, total positive charge means total number of holes plus total number of positive charge ions. Okay, positive charge ions, and negative charge here is equal to total number of electrons. Total number of electrons here in the semiconductor material, right? Total number of electrons in this total semiconductor material plus number of negatively charged ions. Number of negatively charged ions. Okay, it will become total negative charge. So total positive charge must be equal to total negative charge. Okay, it must satisfy. So this equilibrium condition must satisfy throughout the process, right? So I am representing this semiconductor substrate, okay, like this. See here, just I am taking acceptor and donor atoms only. Acceptor and donor atoms only. Okay, free holes and free electrons only. I am not drawing here total semiconductor crystal with silicon atoms. Why? Because here the silicon atom doesn't take part in conduction process. Why? Because the silicon atom the silicon atom, even though it is having 4 electrons in its outermost orbit, all the electrons are bonded. Then how it will help me for the purpose of conduction? No, never. Okay, so what I am doing in the Payne junction diagram is just I am showing the charge carriers which are taking part in process of conduction. That's it. Okay, remaining this, for example, this silicon atom, for example, this silicon atom I am not drawing, right? But because it is in bond, so it doesn't participate in conduction process. If the bond breaks, then electron will come outside. The electron will come outside here. Okay. If the bond breaks, then electron will come outside here. Okay. So electron will be here. Okay. And there is no electron here now. Okay. There is no electron here now. This I will show. Why? Because in p-type, holes are magnetic charge carriers, electrons are magnetic charge carriers. These magnetic charge carriers I will show. Okay. And also, for example, this silicon atom doesn't take part in conduction process. Why? Because it is in bond now, right? If it break the bond and if electron come outside, then I will show here electron. Then I will show here electron. Okay. Then I will show here electron. Right? I will show here an electron. Okay, but not total this atom. But I don't show total. I don't show the total atom. Okay, so keep in mind that if if the pentavalent impurity atom gives away one electron for the purpose of conduction, and if this trivalent atom takes that electron, then this trivalent atom doesn't have hole, this pentavalent atom doesn't have electron. Keep in mind this point, it's very important, right? So now this is now our semiconductor p-n diode, right? Which with on p side, for every negative charge I have a hole. So for every trivalent impurity atom I have a hole. Okay, for every trivalent impurity atom I have a hole. Likewise, for every pentavalent impurity atom there is electron forming. Okay, right? So for every pentavalent impurity atom I have an electron here. But here in this example, here in this diagram I have to show magnetic charge carriers. So in p type electrons are minority charge carriers. Electrons are minority charge carriers. Okay, here I am showing minority charge carriers, right? So I am showing here some minority charge carriers, which are electrons. How these electrons came outside means, after breaking the bonds of silicon atoms, the electrons are free to move anywhere. So these are the electrons which are breaking the bonds. Likewise, in n-type semiconductor material, okay, I have some holes. This is a hole. 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 Okay. So I have some holes here, right? Now, now at the junction, okay, what's happening at the junction? Here electrons are majority charge carriers, and here electrons are minority charge carriers. So what will happen? This electron will try to move from high concentration area to low concentration area. Likewise, in p side there are plenty of holes here. This is a hole. This is a hole. This is a hole. Okay, this is a hole. This is a hole. So every negative atom is having a hole. Okay. So here there are plenty of holes here, and here the holes are very less. So what will happen? The electrons move from high concentration area. The holes will move from high concentration area to low concentration area by a process called diffusion. So what will happen? This hole will come to n side, and these electrons will move towards p side. So the exchange, of charge carriers will be done here. The exchange of charge carriers will be done here. Okay, the electrons will move towards p side, the holes move towards n side. It's called recombination. Okay, this is called recombination. Means electron which are in higher concentration will move towards p side and recombine with hole. Okay, and recombine with hole means what? What the holes represent here? The holes represent vacant energy states in valence band. What are these electrons? Under room temperature? Let us assume. Okay. What are these electrons? In under room temperature represent? These electrons are in conduction band. Now, what is happening? What is happening? Means the electrons which are in n side, the electrons which are in n side or which are in conduction band, which are in conduction band are moving towards valence band in p side, valence band in p side. Okay, so here the electron will recombine with the hole here. So what will happen if if this electron recombine with hole, okay, just now I have told you this pentavalent impurity atom, this pentavalent impurity atom has no electron, no electron, and this trivalent impurity atom has no hole. They are recombined. Okay. Likewise, if this if this if this electron move towards p side, then what will happen? Then what will happen? It loses a hole, it loses electron, it loses the hole. Okay, this is a process which will occur throughout the semiconductor material, So this electron is moving towards this side and hole is moving towards this side, so both are recombining. So this negative atom has no hole here, this positive atom has no electron here, okay. So now what is happening? After some time, right, the electrons move from n side to p side and holes move from p side to n side. So what will happen? Means at the barrier, at the interface of p and n, what will happen? A net negative charged immobile ions will present here towards p side, and towards n side, net positive charge will be accumulated here, which are immobile ions. These ions doesn't move. Only charge carriers, electrons or holes will move, but not ions. Okay, ions doesn't move. Only the electrons and holes, which are positive and negative charge carriers, will move. That's it, but not ions. So what will happen means a net negative charge, a net negative charge, is accumulated at at p side. Likewise, net positive charge will get accumulated at n side. Okay, at n side. So now also the process will continue. This electron wants to move towards the hole. Why? Because due to two reasons. One, electron is a negative charge and hole is a positive charge. So if the electron sees a positive hole here, it wants to recombine. It wants to move here. So it will be attracted here. Okay. Number one. Number two, it's diffusion. Here electrons are majority charge carriers in n side, and in p side electrons are minority charge carriers. Electrons here are minority charge carriers. So electrons will move from high concentration to low concentration area due to two processes. First one is this attraction forces and this charge gradient. Okay, concentration gradient. Okay. So what will happen now? Likewise, this electron also wants to move towards p side. Likewise, this hole also wants to move towards n side. Likewise, this hole also wants to move towards n side. Actually, holes doesn't move. Actually, it's the electrons which will move. Okay, if electron move, then we can say the hole is moving in the opposite direction. But for the purpose of understanding, I am telling like this. That's it, right? So this hole wants to move towards n side, and this electron wants to move towards p side. Okay, but it will not happen. Okay, it will not happen. Why? Because after some time, what is happening here means a net negative charge is accumulating here at the junction towards p side, and net positive charge is accumulating here at the junction towards n side. So what really happens means this electron wants to move towards this p side, but the negative charge accumulated here will repel the electron. Since electron is a negative charge particle, okay. So what will happen under room temperature? What will happen? What will happen? Electrons will move from n side to p side. Holes will move from p side to n side. Okay, it's okay. The process is over now. Okay. After some time, కొంచెంసేపు అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఏమవుతుందంటే ఈ జంక్షన్ దగ్గర ఒక పాజిటివ్ చార్జ్ నెగిటివ్ చార్జ్ డెవలప్ అయిపోతుంది. ఇంకా డెవలప్ అయిపోయి ఈ చార్జ్ ఇంకా అసలు మిగతా చార్జ్ క్యారియర్స్ మూవ్ అవ్వనివ్వదు. So this negative charge will repel the electron which wants to move from n side to p side. It will repel it. The net negative charge, okay, I will shade the portion with some light color. Okay, so let us suppose this is a sorry, you have to see this now. So totally here the yellow color here which I am presenting here shows the net negative charge, and let us suppose this light green color is the total positive charge accumulated at n side. Okay, this electron now wants to move. Now this electron wants to move from n side to p side, but this negative charge will oppose this electron. So electron can't move. This electron wants to move from n side. This electron wants to move from n side to p side. Okay, but the negative charge which is accumulated here at the junction will repel this electron. Okay, when electron move towards this side, immediately it will repel back. Okay, likewise here there is a positive charge. So the hole is here. The hole wants to move towards n side, but this positive charge which is accumulated green color, okay, the positive charge which is accumulated at n side will repel this hole, and the hole can't move towards n side. Why? Because it is repelling. Okay, so it is obstructing the flow of charge carriers now. So this hole also wants to move towards n side, but here the positive charge doesn't allow this hole to move from p side to n side. Okay, so this is what happening at the junction. Okay, so here at junction I have a net positive charge at one side and net negative charge at another side. So what is happening is net positive charge at one side, net negative charge at one side. You can assume it is as a capacitor. Okay, positive plate and negative plate. So what will happen here means a potential will be developed here. Okay, so an internal potential will be developed here across the junction. Okay, so this potential I call VB. VB means barrier potential. So internally I have a barrier potential which is formed due to the process called diffusion. Okay, so now this internal barrier potential will obstruct the flow of electrons moving from either p side to n side. So if I want to make this hole to move towards N side, then what will happen? This potential will obstruct it. Then when it will go towards N side, if I give an external voltage, if I give here an external voltage, okay, positive, negative like this. If I give an external voltage such that if the voltage I am applying is greater than internal barrier potential, then electrons will move from N side to P side. Likewise, holes move from P side to N side. P side to N side. So that current will flow. So we have to draw the characteristics between voltage and current for the PN diode. Okay. So let us talk this in next class. Okay. So this is all for today's class, right?